Hello, YouTube pipers. I'm back again. I just completed one and I wanted to do another. I hope you don't mind. And if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. I'm not forcing anybody to watch me. Same pipe, my Savinelli Bing's favorite. And this time I have in it Cult Blood Red Moon. I haven't had any of that in quite a while. And what I did is I put the Blood Red Moon right over on top of the ashes of the Carter Hall I just smoked. I think it was Paladin Piper that said, "Now that's a real codger." And this time my beverage is the Guinness Stout and a Stella Artois. I'm not even sure where that comes from or what it is, but it was a pale ale to me. And I mixed them half and half. And if I can get my pipe going, I'll settle into what I wanted to make this one about. I tuned into McNulty's Book Corral recently and found out he had a shout out about my channel. Very nice things he said about me and my channel, and I was delighted. So I wanted to raise a glass, a beverage, to Tom McNulty, to thank him for that, and to tell y'all that I don't know how many of y'all watch any of the book club posters, but I have several I watch. And I was just, like I said, I was kind of taken aback that he was on his channel, he was talking about my channel, because I'm not really a booktuber. I tried to start another channel being a booktuber, but I found out I didn't have a whole lot to say. I used to have a lot to say about books. I love books, but I don't read like I used to. And I find that I forget a lot, and I'm attributing that to age. Because I'm going to be 79 next month. My dad was 79 when he died. All the menfolk in both families, granddads I'm talking about, died in their 78th year, I believe it was. So I've just been figuring my time is close. I have a few things going on that people of my age seem to share in the medical realm, which I won't go into. But I've got several doctor's appointments coming up, and I'm not looking forward to them at all. I mean, I feel fine. And I think for a fella my age, I get around pretty good. So I just hate going to the doctor. And they've made it where it's almost compulsory to go twice a year. Too much, way too much. I have gotten far off the track here. Anyway, raising a glass to Tom McNulty and McNulty's Book Corral. When I first started watching him, he talked a lot about Westerns and other books. He's a well-read individual. I was trying to figure how I would want to describe him. He loves books, and you can tell that by the wall behind him and the books that he pulls out of his collections. He's got a wild collection. I have things that I would be willing to send to him, but I'm sure he's got them all anyway, so I haven't even thought about sending him anything. I've sent collections to several people. Because I thought that that particular collection matched the character of the person who was talking about books on his booktube. I've sent books to a bunch of people. I've given books to so many people I can't keep track. I've lost I don't know how many books by giving them away. The one book that I thought was the funniest thing I ever read, I don't know that people today would think it's that funny after I read it again, because they get so offended by the smallest thing that I'm sure they would look at it and say, this is offensive, and just throw it across the room. But for me, humor's humor. And if something can make you laugh. As a matter of fact, this one particular book, The Horse is Dead, after I read it and I had laughed all the way through it, my wife picked it up this was way back when I was married, first married. First year of marriage, actually. She picked it up and started reading it, and she said, I just can't get over how they're treating this guy. And I said, you're taking it too seriously. You don't take this book seriously at all. It's written as a humorous book. I said, stop thinking about it that way and just accept the humor and laugh. Well, after I said that, she started reading it again, and she just couldn't control the laughter. I gave a copy to my uncle, who was another very serious individual who didn't really have a sense of humor at all. And he was reading it at his house, and he said he had to put it down because he just found that he was laughing out loud and it embarrassed him. You just can't find a copy of that book anymore. Jack Benny wrote up on the back cover, said, this is the funniest book I have ever read. It's sad that a sense of humor has been eliminated from our population. God, just so sad, because people don't laugh enough. They're just too serious about the smallest things. If you can't see humor in a situation, you're in trouble. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again. I was going to say, if you read, if you enjoy books, one of the channels, since I got such a good shout out from him, I wanted to give a good shout out to him. McNulty's Book Corral. If you love Westerns, if you love literature, if you love comics, this fella has a vast collection and a vast amount of knowledge about it all. And I thoroughly enjoy when he talks about books. This last one he made was on Mary Stewart, who wrote The Crystal Cave, which I read when I was in Iceland, and I loved it. It was great. He talked about that and several others that she had written. And I was cussing him at the end of it because I went straight to Amazon and bought 6 books by this woman. And I don't need to be doing that. I've got no room for it. I don't know how much time I have left in the world. And here I am ordering more books because he told me how good they were. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Other than, thank you, Tom. I appreciate the shout out. And I'm sorry I got sidetracked so many times, but I just can't help myself. I just wander off this way and I wander off that way. But if anybody in the pipe smoking community likes to read, I recommend checking out the book channel and Tom's channel, McNulty's Book Corral, especially. I mean, there are others that I can name right off to you that I thoroughly enjoy. And maybe I will. Maybe I'll come back. Excuse me, come back another time and do a shout out for booktubists that I enjoy. Maybe I should do it on that channel for booktubists. The one that I just failed at miserably. Because, like I said, I just don't remember the books like I used to. I know I love them when I'm reading them. But if you ask me anything about what I had read a month ago, I couldn't tell you. I just know at the time it was good. Anyway. Here's to you, Tom. Thank you again. Until the next time. God bless you all. Bye-bye.